Hello and welcome to SoCal College Sports continuing coverage of the 3C2A Women's Volleyball Championships at Solano College. We are just moments away from Game 5, about 8 minutes, as the Cabrillo Seahawks take on San Joaquin Delta. And remember, everybody, if you have friends or family that could not make it to tonight's game, be sure to let them know that they can watch all of our broadcasts on our website, www.socalcollegesports.com, or on our YouTube channel at SoCal College Sports 1. And be sure to tweet us if you have a shout-out for one of your favorite players or just want to let us know how we're doing. Be sure to tweet at us at SoCal College SPO. That's S-P-O. Back in a moment.
Hello and welcome to the semifinals here for the Women's Volleyball Championships in the 3C2A for 2017. Mike Cepeda, Gabby Silva, and Armin Zakarian joining us now here for the semifinals. Coach at West Valley, very familiar with Cabrillo, and offer us your insights on our broadcast today. Thank you for joining us, Armin.
Yeah, most certainly. Really happy to be here. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, and looking forward to semifinal number 1, Cabrillo and San Joaquin Delta. You are familiar with both teams, especially Cabrillo, and the matchup that we want to see, Kylie Kavam and Amelia Thompson. Both were lights out in the quarters. I expect a big game from both here today.
Yeah, most certainly. Kylie really picked it up towards the end of the season. Cabrillo's just real balanced, and there's going to be a lot of good hitting action today. But we'll see if Delta can match up the right way and make this a game.
Yeah, if we go back to the semifinal with Miracosta and San Joaquin Delta, obviously Miracosta, a team with a lot of talent, and they really swarmed Delta in that second set. But what a response from the Mustangs, Gabby. We were front row center for that game. What was the adjustment that San Joaquin Delta made in that match to find themselves here in the semifinals?
I think that they ultimately picked up their scrappiness, and they were able to break apart Miracosta's defense. They have some really big offensive players, and we saw, I'm trying to remember the
Amelia
name.
Thompson.
The other one.
And Kylie Irwin Paz.
Irvin Paz, she was just outstanding. She brought so much energy to her team, and it really raised the level of the rest of her teammates.
And when we talk about the matchup, and we'll go right into it as the matchup that we talked about with Kavam. Also want to talk about Cabrillo, Jolie Samuelson, and Cameron Rocha, 2 players that showed very well.
Yeah, Rocha, she's been lights out basically this entire year, and she's 3 rotations in the front row, and she just brings such an offensive presence for them. I mean, if you can't really do much unless you trap her and you leave the middle open. There's really not a whole lot you're going to do to stop her. She's pretty physical. She's high above the net. Again, Cabrillo just comes at you from so many different angles. If Rocha's getting trapped, they can go to their opposite. If their opposite's not working, they can run out of the middle. I mean, they've got a lot of options. They can go 5-1, 6-2. They can adjust, and that's, I think, a big difference in what's going to help them in this game today.
Yeah, I think versatility, obviously very dynamic on the side of Cabrillo. Meanwhile, you have arguably the player in the state, in Amelia Thompson for San Joaquin Delta, leading the state in kills on the season. Added to that total today in the win in the quarters.
Is she leading the state now?
She was leading the state coming in. 18 kills earlier today versus Miracosta.
I only say that because one of our West Valley outsides led the state in kills through the regular season. So I don't know if she added to that total, but she's a handful. I think she's one of the reasons that they got past Miracosta. I think when you get to these matches, if you've got 1 or 2 hitters that can really just put away balls in and out of system, especially out of system, then you're going to be tough to beat.
And Cabrillo in the white, San Joaquin Delta in the black, near side, right to Thompson. Thompson can't put it away. Dug out nicely by Cabrillo. Just underway here, semifinal number 1. The Battle of the North. Big hit in the middle, and that is Amanda Meserve. Starting.
Once again, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna leave Roca like that, that middle is gonna be wide open. I have a feeling they're gonna try to load up on their outsides, and if Cabrillo can really pass the ball and get those middles going, I don't know. It could be a short game.
Thompson changes speeds there and gets a kill.
The one thing we did see Cabrillo struggling with a little bit earlier was the defense. So if Johnson is able to just really make herself a force at the net, they might be able to break apart this Cabrillo team and defeat them.
Yeah, find a chink in the armor. That's blocked, but it's out. Kavam starting today for Cabrillo in the semifinal. It's Amanda Meserve, Mari Molina, Jolie Samuelson, Cameron Rocha, Kylie Kavam, and Alyssa Nelson. Rebecca Lee in the middle. Gets the San Joaquin Delta starters shortly. And that's Kylie Irwin Paz along with Alana Valdez, Madison Ogrodnik, Avery Martin, Amelia Thompson, Nika Fithian, Kelly Markham, and Grace Shelley.
Curious to see what's going to happen after the adrenaline wears off. A lot of these girls haven't played 2 matches in a day in probably a month and a half, right, since preseason. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. And I know Cabrillo's been a little banged up throughout the season. I haven't seen much of Delta, but we'll see who's got the legs and the stamina for this.
And you talk about fatigue being a factor or potentially being a factor. Mira Costa took San Joaquin Delta to 4. It was a clean sweep for Cabrillo. That's a great effort up front by Molina, but nobody home. San Joaquin Delta with an early 4-2 lead. From the outside, this is going to be out. Looked like Kavam trying to go with an angle there.
I like the strategy from Delta early. They just forced Roca out of the passing rotation. I think if you can pick on her early and make her do a little bit more than just attack.
Back set, Rocha.
Yep, there you go. See, move her out, let her hit.
Well, it's a game of chess here in the semis, and we see teams' tendencies kind of fall into place in the quarterfinals. Obviously, both teams making adjustments. Who will make the better adjustment here today will advance to tomorrow's final at 3 p.m. Of course, this is semifinal 1 of 2 coming up. Battle of the South, undefeated on the year. IVC will take on College of the Canyons. That ball hit a little fat by Samuelson.
Might have played an out ball.
I think so. Free ball situation here. Cabrillo, big hit in the middle, and that's Meserve. Middle blocker, freshman from Saratoga.
Right in our backyard at West Valley. She was a great player out of high school. Really good addition to Cabrillo.
Delta still with a lead, with the slimmest of margins. Thompson doesn't handle that well. Erwin Paz out of the back row. That's a pretty good swing. That's a great dig. Free ball
She's
situation.
One of the players to watch in this game here.
Big block up front. Meserve again. And Meserve showing early here for Cabrillo and the Seahawks. Tie it up.
Yeah, adding McPherson in the back row coming in for Rocha. She's her and Nelson. I mean, they turn Cabrillo's defense into something that's next level. And with the hitters they have, they keep them in system. They're going to be tough to handle.
Big swing, Kabam. Kabam goes Kabam, and now the first lead of the first set for Cabrillo.
Talk about Cabrillo's versatility. Kavam was playing outside hitter against West Valley. They've moved their middles around. They've run 60. I mean, they can do a lot of different things. I think that's a major advantage for a team when they get to state.
Back set, Thompson puts it away. Good response by the Mustangs. They go to their bread and butter.
She is not tall, but she plays big, huh? She plays real big.
Well, we see the athletic display really of old teams, and this is the cream rising to the top here at Solano. The championships, back set, Kavam off of the block, not down, dug out, kept alive. Thompson out of the back row, blocked over. Erwin Paz keeps it alive. Free ball situation, Kavam, good pass, outside, Meserve.
Samuelson.
Oh, check that, Samuelson on the outside, flying in, 2-7.
Little side note here, Cabrillo, midway through the season, both setters, concussions.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
They had McPherson setting midway through conference, and still were able to sweep teams, and they've been tested.
Good to see Molina back in there. Samuelson gets it over. It's not down. It's good cover there by Nelson. Kavam, roll shot into the twine.
That is not her game.
Yeah,
her game's power.
That is not her game. Yeah.
You don't see that often.
If Delta gets that all day, that's a good thing for them.
Remember, you can watch this broadcast live on our website, www.socalcollegesports.com. Also on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. 7-all, semifinal number 1, set 1. That one put down in the middle, Rebecca Lee.
That's a great repeat from Molina. Didn't get a good connection in the first set, went right back to her. Lee is, she is undersized, but she plays as big as any middle out here. Love her game.
So Kavam to the back row now at the service line. 8-7 lead for Cabrillo, the Seahawks and the Mustangs. It looks like we're having a discussion at the table. Armin, what's the discussion about?
Might be a rotation issue.
I think they're just checking on who's actually supposed to be serving right now.
They got to see who's the right server here.
And if the right server isn't up, this is going to be a point for San Joaquin Delta. Point and possession. Is that correct?
Correct.
Gabby Houston Neville. NorCal Region Coach of the Year. Saw her a couple years ago. We've seen her the last 3 years. We saw her at Canyons a couple years ago. We saw her last year at LA Pierce.
Yeah, it's amazing what Gabby's been able to do this year with a relatively brand new team. A lot of turnover from last year from their state championship appearance team. Gosh, I'd like to think only McPherson, Nelson, and Lee are back from last year. Majority of the girls have come in, might be sophomores, but new to this team. So they've been able to get some great chemistry.
Yeah, I only see 4 sophomores here on the roster.
Yeah.
And the rest are freshmen.
Set her dump from Molina.
Not
Mustangs
good for,
ready for it.
Not good for our conference.
Back set, Kabam out of the back row. Good power. Mustangs able to get a hand on it, keep it alive. Erwin Paz beyond the back line, and the point will go to the Seahawks. Biggest lead, I believe, for Cabrillo at 9-7.
Erwin Paz really surprised me in that first match. You know, I know all the emphasis gets put on Thompson, but she played pretty big. He was a really big reason as to why they upset. I would say it's an upset, right? Were they a lower seed, right, than Miracosta?
It was technically an upset, but I thought Miracosta just seemed a little shell-shocked by the moment. San Joaquin Delta took advantage in set 1. Miracosta started to get their feet under them, but eventually the Spartans just could not match the skill level of volleyball on display from the Mustangs. Erwin Paz, obviously a player of note that really stood out in that game. In fact, you can probably make the argument that she played better than Amelia Thompson, the All-American.
She did, and her energy was just at such a high level. It really rubbed off on all her teammates, and I think it brought them to that higher level.
Samuelson.
Nice serve there.
Short and on the money.
I like the matchup for Delta. You know, one of the things that if Cabrillo has a chink in their armor, Molina is pretty undersized on the right side there, and so if you can attack the outside.
Well, they go to the opposite. Is that correct?
Are you talking about Delta?
Delta.
Yeah, and I think if Thompson's up there for at least a couple of rotations with Molina, I think that's gonna suit Delta pretty well. I would be feeding the outside over and over and over and seeing if I can expose that blocking matchup.
And Rocha unable to control that one, so the serve and the point will go back to the Mustangs. Mustangs trailing it by 2. Thompson with a big hit, but it's out.
Wow,
they're looking for a touch.
That was a close one.
Matt, can we see if we can get a replay on the touch for the net cam here?
I thought that ball just might have been in, period. That looked into me. That's a tough call.
The point will go in favor of Cabrillo. They lead it by 3, 12-9. You're exactly right there, Armin. That was very close. And this one, float ball sailing past the back line.
Gosh, that ball just touched that player on the way out.
Yeah.
Wow, they've got it. Yeah, they've got to go. They're going to go to Cabrillo here. That ball hit the DS.
Can we see a replay on that, Matt?
Yeah, that ball hit Valdez on the way out. She tried to get out of the way.
Yeah, we didn't have a shot of it.
That's all right.
Valdez trying to sell it. Unable to do so. The point goes to Cabrillo. 4-point lead for the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's the right call.
Yeah, 13-9 is the score.
Unfortunate for Delta. That's a bad turn of events there.
Yeah, 2-point switch. Nelson gets it over. Good short serve. In system, and Thompson takes care of it.
And just like you said, feeding Johnson on the outside while Molina's up there, she's probably going to be successful more times than not.
Yeah, I think West Valley took 1 set from Cabrillo this year. They lost 5 sets this year, and one of the reasons that we were so successful is that we attacked that. We really exploited that matchup as much as possible.
That one off of the tape. It rolls over and down on the Cabrillo side. If you're the Mustangs, you'll take it. Well, it will be a north-south battle in the final. It's an All-South semifinal number 2, Canyons and IVC. Rocha, big swing. Rears back, fires away. Valdez late getting there.
I don't know if any of you guys have any information on Rocha. I know she was a transfer. I think she was a kickback from D2, D1. Can't remember, but it's from the Santa Cruz area originally.
That one off the block from Markham.
Great pickup by Cabrillo, that's for sure.
Yeah, Rocha listed as a sophomore from Soquel. Outside, they go to Kavam. She puts it away.
God, just so many weapons, man. So many weapons. You don't know where they're coming at you from. If Delta can get Cabrillo off the net, just get him off the net, get those middles out of the equation. You know, this could be a close game. We'll see.
The current equation finds the Seahawks up by 3. It's Cabrillo, San Joaquin Delta, semifinal number 1. You are watching the 2017 Women's Volleyball Championships in the 3C2A live from Solano College. Stay tuned. Out of the timeout for San Joaquin Delta, looking for an answer here. They trail it by 3. Delta with an early surge, but Cabrillo has found their footing here in semifinal number 1. That's going to be illegal. Illegal rotation?
No, the server actually started out of bounds before she served. So,
You don't see that very often, but yeah, you cannot be standing on the outside part of the sideline.
Well, I will say the refereeing here at the championships has been very good.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things.
Thompson, good serve, handled well. Samuelson dug out by Amelia.
Wow.
That one in play. It's Erwin Paz.
She didn't just dig it. She dug it in system. That setter had any option she wanted. That was a great play from a great player.
And the block late getting over there, and Erwin Paz does the rest. And Thompson goes into the net.
It's a killer.
yeah, I think we've only seen 1 or 2 of those from Thompson today.
Just a momentum killer. Great dig and a kill, and you don't want to see that from Delta.
You have to put it in play. Back to a 2-point advantage for the Seahawks. Thompson, pretty good pass, another in-system play, and that one off of a touch will score for Erwin Paz and the Mustangs. 16-5, or 16-15 rather. Markham, pretty good serve, handled pretty well. Kavam with a dink shot. Well, we talked about that's not Kavam or Rocha's game, but at the same time, when you're expecting a big ball, it's gonna, if you can execute the dink with some accuracy, you're gonna be successful from time to time.
I'm curious about, it's weird. Delta usually runs a rotational defense, and so usually they have somebody literally standing underneath that block, and they didn't that time. I'm not sure if they were just off their defensive system, if they switch back to a perimeter or what, but
Samuelson scores here, 17-15. Kavam back to the service line.
nice.
It's a back set. That's a great set. Kavam right there. Free ball, short free ball, handled extremely well. Outside, Erwin Paz dug out. Nelson, bump set, back row, Kavam into the net.
Molina's struggling to get her hands on the ball on these out-of-system balls. That's got to be her 5th or 6th bump set off digs. So I'm not sure if she's having trouble moving, or if Cabrillo's just not putting the ball where they need to right now.
Yeah, I think it's the passing game. Like I said at the beginning of this game, the one way that Delta's going to find an advantage is if they're able to break that defense on Cabrillo's side of the net apart, because we saw them struggle in that match earlier today.
Erwin Paz with another kill.
It's going to be Delta's bread and butter right there. They've got to exploit that matchup.
And it might be that fatigue you were talking about coming into play for Molina as well. She was running all over the court in that first match earlier today.
That one off of the block from Kavam out of the back row. Well, it's nice when you can pile up some points out of the back row.
And you don't see it that often.
No.
You don't see it that often in the women's game. If you've got a powerful hitter, I mean, if Thompson's back there, if Kavam's back there, and most teams aren't expecting that. They're setting up to stop your front row.
Rocha gets blocked back over.
Yeah, I don't think she's getting blocked twice.
No, not two in a row. Rocha rears back, fires one in, and it's a crush ball, 20-17. Seahawks first to 20 here in set one. Samuelson now serving. Good short serve. Valdez handles it pretty well. Back row, Thompson.
There you go.
And tit for tat, Bick for Bick.
And that's usually the only ball you can set when you get pinned to area 2 like that. Cabrillo's doing a great job of serving the right zone, making that setter turn around. Can't really find her middle from that spot, so the pipe definitely a good option.
What a luxury to have a hitter like Thompson at your disposal. And Rocha, speaking of a nice hitter to have, puts one away. Well, we saw in quarterfinal number 4.
Yeah, they're going to have to sub here. They can't just run in.
Saw in quarterfinal number 4, Irvine Valley, a team that can utilize a Bick when they get a good enough pass. And it's just such a deadly weapon. Like you said, when you have the hitters in the background with the ability not only to pass, but to fire away, you try to pick your poison up front. And not only that, now you free up one-on-one or one-on-none opportunities out of the back row, and can really be a dynamic threat in your offense.
All right. And you see that more at the Division I level, and they run more of a true kind of a quick Bick, right, where they try to disguise it and they'll set over the middle. You don't see that as much here. It's mostly an out-of-system play, and it's not really hidden behind a quick attack. It's just kind of, hey, we're setting this ball. This is our girl. She's going to hammer it.
Well, you have a coach like Tom Pestalacci. Obviously, the pedigree speaks for itself. And pretty good pedigree here with Gabby Houston-Neville and Molly Mordan-Hubble for San Joaquin Delta. Really showing well. And, Gabby always seems to find herself in the finals, and very established and very distinguished in her career.
Most certainly. Yeah, she's honestly, as great as these coaches are, it comes down to recruiting. And she's done a really great job, obviously, director of Main Beach Volleyball Club out there in Santa Cruz. And so she gets a lot of great homegrown local kids to stick around. And then you get those couple of players from here and there, and you start winning, players start wanting to come over to the program.
Yeah, and not only you talk about the recruiting, but the ability to develop your recruits,
right,
in addition to speaks volumes.
Look at Molina.
Molina getting into the fray. Well, hey,
seen that much this year.
Playing a lot bigger than her size would indicate. 4-point advantage now here, late set one, 22-18. The Seahawks on serve. It's an ace for Nelson. And Alyssa.
I love this short serve strategy from Cabrillo right now. Not only are they getting them off the net, but if they do, they're pinning those middles. The middles aren't even running their routes. So they're turning into a really one-dimensional team here.
Great pass from Erwin Paz, and Thompson puts it down off the block. Mustangs need to go on a run in a hurry. Avery Martin now to serving. Libero, sophomore from Hillmar, California.
This is a big point here. Let's see if Delta can get it close. We don't want to get him game point.
A quick side out.
Ooh.
Off the tape and the touch.
We got a tape shot. I don't know if there was hands.
So a tape shot results in a point for San Joaquin Delta.
I'd like to see a repeat here, but I think their matchup's on the outside.
Good pass in system, reserve. Set point.
Erwin Paz just on her heels there, just wasn't ready to receive that ball.
Yeah, Cabrillo runs a true quick. It's not a 1.5. It's nothing that lobs up there. They run it fast.
And it's something you need to be ready for. That one past the back line. Set number 1 in the books. It goes to the Seahawks, and Cabrillo takes a 1-0 lead on top of the Mustangs. You are watching 2017 Women's Volleyball Championships in the 3C2A live from Solana. Head to set number 2 here. After Cabrillo took set 1. Stats now table side. Robert Lewis, David Silverstein help us out with that. Much thanks to them. Obviously the whole crew here at SoCalCollegeSports.com. George Matagakis at the 3Z2A along with Mike Robles. Armin Zakarian, Gabby Silva meanwhile here table side. And you two, we're taking a look at the stats. Armin, what really stood out to you in that first set?
Well, not a lot of defense. There's a couple of digs here and there, but both teams hitting 300 or higher. Cabrillo blistering, 353. They've been averaging, I want to say, somewhere around 13 kills per set throughout the year, and they turned in 16. If you're going to give Cabrillo 16 kills, that's going to be tough. Delta turns in 14 kills. Once again, I think you're looking at it. Not a lot of service errors. But Cabrillo's definitely putting more service pressure. So while you're not seeing a lot of errors on Delta side from receptions, but they've been out of system a lot. Really relying on Thompson and Erwin Paz.
On the Cabrillo side, I thought Meserve really stood out in that first set for the Seahawks. And Amanda looks to continue that run as I believe that was Rocha hitting that a little flat behind her head and goes long.
Yeah, set was a little bit behind her. Didn't do as good a job as adjusting. Sometimes you just got to roll it in and try to get the ball back better.
Erwin Paz, pretty good serve rather, but Meserve right in the middle.
And she's dealing with a double block. I'm surprised they didn't repeat that to Rocha. She's got one-on-one out there on the outside. Meserve's really playing big right now. If they can get production out of the middles, that's tough.
Thompson off of the extended hand of Meserve. What an athletic play by Thompson. Matt, can we cue up that replay real quick? Thompson falling away and unable to really get all of her body into that one, but she tools a block perfectly en route to the point for San Joaquin Delta. Great back set. Rocha off of the block. Markham right there.
Nice setup.
Erwin Paz blocked over. That was a near net violation. So Meserve whistled for the violation.
Got a little greedy there. I don't even know if that ball was clearing the net.
Yeah, I think you're right.
She wanted to pad those stats.
Martin will serve up another one.
Here we go.
Now, Gabby, you mentioned the Chester, the six-pack. Would that apply on a serve? on serve receive, or is that just poor serve receive?
It's more, yeah, you would call it a six-pack from a swing, so that one's just more of a, I mean, you take credit as an ace.
That's true. I don't think Avery Martin's complaining.
No.
She'll take the stat line pad.
Had an unusually large amount of tape shot aces. This net's a little loosey-goosey today.
Yeah, we saw a lot go in favor of San Joaquin Delta.
Right, yeah.
In that first match.
Against Costa.
I think Johnson actually put 3 over off the tape.
Yep. Thompson.
sorry.
Amelia Thompson.
Right.
5-2 San Joaquin Delta. Well, we saw Delta shoot out to an early lead, and then finally Cabrillo found their footing in set 1 en route to the win. Fithian. Outside perfect set. Samuelson is out, looking to go down the line. She really turned on it, but maybe a little bit too much.
Let's see if Delta can keep picking on Samuelson. She looked a little shaky in serve receive. She hasn't swung the ball well. There.
Yeah, looking at the statistics, Samuelson came into the game, came into today with more kills on her team than anyone else, and I honestly have just seen Kavam as the big hitter out here today for Cabrillo.
Yeah, Samuelson's just been steady. She's one of the few 6 rotation players that they have. She really never left the court this entire year. She's been great. Thompson using the block. I like it. We'll see. Let's keep an eye on her jumps, man. A girl that good, she's getting all these swings, and
yep.
I'm curious to see if they can stretch this. I wonder what her legs are going to feel like after this.
7-3 Delta now with a 4-point lead here in set 2. Quick set in the middle. That one dug out nicely by Thompson. Miscommunication there results in a free ball situation. See if Cabrillo can take advantage. Kavam can't put it away. How frustrating is that as a hitter? Samuelson will.
Wow, I'll tell you what. If you're Delta, you just had 3 transition opportunities, and free ball, down ball. That's not going to cut it against Cabrillo. Still with the early lead, but man, that's unfortunate.
Throw missed opportunity for San Joaquin Delta. Good setup for Irwin Paz. She'll get it over. Not much on it. Bump set near side. Samuelson still going off of a touch. That was Ogrodnik. 8-4. Happy you've joined us, everybody. Spread the word, www.socalcollegesports.com, or on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Set or dump. It's a great reaction there by Fithian. Ogrodnik gets it over. Slight swing. Samuelson down the line. And Fithian, no chance on that one. See the replay.
Well, Samuelson definitely has the height advantage right now with this matchup over Ogrodnik, so they are feeding her. Well, she's now back to serve, but they were feeding her, and it was proving to be successful.
Nice job by Delta. Keep exploiting that matchup. One thing about Cabrillo is, I think it's great, one of the reasons that they're here is their libero, Alyssa Nelson. I mean, she's I think she's the only player that was present for their 2015 championship team. She redshirted last year.
Rocha comes flying in for the kill.
Right, redshirted last year, and now she's got him back. There's something to be said about the leadership that she's going to provide Cabrillo. A lot of these girls are here for the first time, and she's been there, done that. So it'd be nice to have a player like that on your team.
Good pass from Valdez, and the setter dump from Fithian. Fithian starting to mix it up a little bit.
Now Rocha is asleep there.
Yep.
Got nobody behind you. That's your responsibility to watch that dump.
Gabby, you and I saw that Cabrillo got a little complacent versus San Diego City in that third set. I think right now, just a lack of focus on the floor for Cabrillo, and you see a service error. Give it back to the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they really thought they were going to come into this game and it sort of be a breeze. Delta has definitely been the underdog in this whole tournament, so they might have just, been a little a little big-headed. But Delta's battled in every match they've come to, so I just think that you have to regain focus.
Very resilient. Agreed. Erwin Paz, a nice pass. Miscommunication. Looking for the back line. Samuelson, a nice pass herself. Kabam with a dunk.
Where is that defense?
Cover needs to be there for San Joaquin Delta.
Well, either their off blockers got to be there or their line diggers got to be there. Right now, nobody's there.
And I thought Kabam really telegraphed that one. Valdez gets it up. Bump set from the libero. Thompson pulls the block.
Wow, she's set up to hit that ball to the bleachers, knowing she was going to get the block there. That was a great swing.
Avery Martin now serving here for Delta. Quick set in the middle. That one dug out by Valdez. Back bump set. Thompson has it blocked over. Guess who? Meserve. Meserve, very impressive again here in set number 2.
Yeah, you see Valdez playing some great defense. She's been struggling in serve receive, picking up those short balls, but love to see her make up for it with some nice defensive effort.
Another good pass from Erwin Paz. Thompson from the middle puts it on the back line. So Amelia, I don't want to start to see her get going if you're a fan of Cabrillo.
Smart hitter, man. She's not hitting low. She's hitting high corners. Usually no one stands in the corner.
Quick set, Meserve again. Paz, Erwin Paz tracks it down. Ogrodnik puts it over. Kabam looking cross court. She'll find the hardwood.
Once again, no one likes to stand in the corner. If you can find those spots, they're usually open. Be a poor place to put your defensive players.
Cuts a deficit to 1, 12-10. We're in set 2. Cabrillo took set 1. Thompson, back set. That one's out. Looks like Thompson maybe mistimed her jump. She was a little late getting there and caught the back end of it.
It's funny. It seems like Delta's been in control of this game. You look over the score, and it's 12-all.
Yeah.
Cabrillo just staying steady.
Thompson sets up outside. Ogrodnik, nice swing. Great dig. Near side, double tap. Ooh. Coach, what's the call there?
It looks like they a little late making the call, but she swung at the ball, and the ball went outside the antenna, or it hit the antenna.
Gotcha.
One of the two must have happened there.
So Cabrillo now takes a lead 13-12. Timeout San Joaquin Delta. You are watching the 2017 Women's Volleyball Championships live from Solano.
And we are back.
Nice work by you, Gabby.
Thanks.
Getting us rolling.
Yeah, so Cabrillo serving and still with the lead, 13-12 here in the second set. But a big swing by Thompson.
Yeah, Amelia putting one down.
I love the tempo that they're running there.
I see you working there, Gabby. Mike Cepeda, Gabby Silva, Armin Zakarian, coach of West Valley. Joining us here on the broadcast for the semifinals. San Joaquin Delta ties it up at 13-all. We're in set 2.
There's that off blocker D. Rolling under.
Erwin Paz puts it over. Not a lot on it. The setter dump, a perfect one. Oh, what a great job by Mari Molina.
Cabrillo has a nice 1-2 punch with their setters. You know, Bella Bress sitting on the bench right now, but you know, when Molina went out with a concussion, she stepped in and was flowing that offense, and she's a lefty.
How about Erwin Paz with the adjustment? Matt, can we see the replay on that one? That was fantastic. The set was really not there, and Erwin Paz with the left hand. Great dig by Thompson. Can they keep it alive, or Grodnick late getting there?
Gosh, Thompson just has a nose for the ball.
Yeah.
She's playing real well at middle back. Just always seems to be right where the ball is. Could have controlled that dig a little bit better, but I like where she is every single time that Cabrillo team is hitting.
Still Delta.
And that might be because she is a middle blocker. You know, she knows where her opposite is going to be and is able to line up on defense so well.
Amelia Thompson, second on the team in digs from the middle blocker position. We talked about that similar situation in one of our earlier matches, and how impressive is that to have your middle blocker as your second dig getter out of the back row.
Right. Look at Molina, second big swing of the match right there for your setter. I can see that they're really trying to get Rebecca Lee going. That's their All-American middle blocker, undersized, and she really hasn't made a big impact in the match yet, but she is blocking well. I'd like to see them get her rolling on the offensive side. Unforced error from Thompson. Delta's got to work hard here. Got to get out of this.
How scary is that? I mean, Rebecca Lee's been relatively quiet.
Yeah,
talk about the likes of
that's
Missouri.
what worries me.
You start to kick it in the high gear, you get Lee involved, and it's gonna be lights out. Martin gets it over near side. Rocha flying in.
I don't know a lot of blockers that are gonna slow that down.
Yeah, that's just a hard one to stop.
You know,
it's a freight train coming down on the ball.
At West Valley, you know, we game planned against her, and she went off 14 kills, no errors, 20 swings against us, hit 700.
Wow.
And she's a
there's
handful.
Lee.
That was Meserve, actually.
Yeah,
Oh.
Meserve
with the solo stuff.
puts it down, 19-15. Starting to get away here from Delta. Back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports. Out of the timeout.
Nice serve from Lee. Once again, hitting that area one zone. Thompson.
Roll shot, Meserve right there. That's great coverage. Rocha!
Yeah.
Good luck with that one.
I don't know if there's a more physical hitter in this tournament than Rocha. I've seen Canyons has got a nice piece.
Yeah, Emily Burns, pretty good.
Yeah, she's pretty good. Rocha just hits with some force, man.
Well, it's so quick. We see Chelly just getting up off her feet when Rocha's ball is hitting the ground.
21-15 meanwhile. And Cabrillo starting to put set two in a vice grip. Lee, that one's out.
I like the strategy from Cabrillo. And they are serving tough, man. That's the reason that they started to pull away here.
Near side, Rocha, dink. Great coverage by Amelia.
Run the back set with Thompson. I love it.
Thompson goes to the dink and catches everybody in the building off guard, including us.
That's just good volleyball IQ. Thompson rolling under, picking up the tip. Instead of trying to bust her butt back to the outside, she stays right, gets the set.
That one hit long by Rocha. Because you don't see a lot of hitting errors from her, but
Gabby just cool as a cucumber over there.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to call timeout. She thinks her team's going to get out of this.
21-18, the gap has closed. Irwin pass, pretty good pass. Thompson out of the middle, big swing.
Nelson.
Dug back over.
That ball in. Oh.
Touch and miscommunication there from Fithian.
So a little lack of trust. Not sure if Irwin Paz was going to be there.
Yeah, just kind of a freak out right there. Little freak out.
Tough serve. Thompson keeps it alive. Irwin Paz will get it over. Back set, terrific. Kavam out. Oh, wow.
In. Yeah, from
just
where
enough English on that ball.
Yeah.
Just enough English. She put it down. Didn't have to hit it hard. Just had to drop it in.
Valdez comes up. Good pass. Thompson off the block, pulls it. Cabrillo 2 points away from the set.
Thompson just so good at getting that tool off the block. Yet, like you said earlier, we saw her intentionally swing for the bleachers, and again, that was the hit she was going for.
Rocha comes in, dink coverage right there, outside now. Thompson, again, another block tool from Amelia.
I mean, it's a great technique. You know, just turn that thumb up on the ball and you chop it down the line and you look for that forearm. See if you can't get that English out of bounds.
Let's see if the Mustangs can go on a run here.
Wow.
So much for that. Reserve. Well, every time San Joaquin Delta has shown that they're going to maybe go on a run, it's been Reserve calling that in a big way.
Yep. And that's Cabrillo right there in a nutshell. Something's not working. They got multiple options. They can go to a lot of different players.
Set point. That one beyond the service line.
Cabrillo a little careless here at the end of the game. 2 or 3 missed serves. They're just letting Delta hang around. We'll see if they can side out, close the deal.
Oh,
gotta hit that. Gotta hit that.
Unfortunate situation. That was a free ball, and now Samuelson makes Delta pay for it. That's a 6-pack, 25-21. That'll do it. 4-set 2-0. Cabrillo looking to punch their ticket to championship Sunday tomorrow at 3 p.m. Can they go for the sweep? We'll find out in just a bit. Here's SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage. 3C2A Women's Volleyball. Armin Zakarian, Gabby Silva, myself, Mike Zepeda here with you on today's coverage. Semifinal number 1. Cabrillo, 2-0 lead over San Joaquin Delta. It's just been an impressive display of volleyball here from Seahawks.
Wow. That's good. That's good. I'd play it. Look at Molina. Give her some more.
3rd kill today.
She wants it. I'll tell you what, looking at the stat sheet, you would think that 3 sets have been played already because Cabrillo is sitting there with 34 kills through 2 sets. That's insane. 17 kills a set.
That's frightening.
Yeah, you don't see that much. That's 4 kills above their average. I think they're ready to play.
Lee, another solid serve. Meserve in the middle, denying state leader in kills, Amelia Thompson.
Thompson does not look like she's got the same pop in her jump.
And you talked about the fatigue factor, Armin, earlier in this broadcast. Starting to rear its ugly head if you're San Joaquin Delta. That ball is out. And real quick to follow up on that point, Cabrillo played the early game, and San Joaquin Delta played the game after that. Shorter recovery time if you're San Joaquin Delta, advantage to the 1 seed.
Most certainly. I would have thought Irvine Valley might have gotten the 9 o'clock game. I'm not really sure how they decide that.
I think it's the North because the North hosts.
Got it.
North gets the home field advantage.
Clearly an advantage when you're doing these two matches in a day type of events. That's tough on the body, no matter who you are.
Set up near side, Erwin Paz off of a touch. You just have to let that go if you're Nelson. Think that was going out.
Nelson may have thought there was a touch. It looked like that's why she played it and then realized the ball had no spin. Looks like it was just a spatch and got caught.
What do you call that? Spatula?
Yep, there you go. You get the spatula out there.
Like it.
Just pop the ball, no spin.
Hey, you learn new terminology every day of the week.
Yeah, I was fortunate at UC Irvine. We had a great announcer, Rob Espero, and he had some unbelievable volleyball just terminology that he could bring out there.
Good stuff.
We'll see if I can sneak one in there, courtesy of Rob.
Pretty good pass from Thompson. Erwin Paz has to adjust. The set not there. I think the approach wasn't there. A big block up front. Markham.
See if Delta can get some momentum here. Thompson in the front row, left front. She's got 3 rotations up.
Well,
and as I say that,
the script has been Delta gets out to a pretty good start in each set, and then eventually Cabrillo just chips away and then seems to take over middle of the set and close the deal. You have to finish sets if you're San Joaquin Delta. That's a nice effort there.
Cabrillo's just
Frithian?
Yes, I believe so, from the right side.
Yeah.
Cabrillo's, they're their own worst enemy here. Every time they've let Delta back in the game.
Oh.
As you see another tape shot ace.
We talked about the loosey-goosey tape up top.
Every time Cabrillo builds a lead, they miss serve, and Delta all of a sudden just finds a way to creep back in.
Set up in the middle.
There's Lee.
Lee starting to get into the fray.
See them go back to her right here. I'd like to see that.
Outside, Samuelson blocked over. Now, was that blocked over or did that get into the tape?
No, that was a tape shot. Yeah. I see Gabby over there on the sideline for Cabrillo, a little bit upset with the decision.
Back set, Kavam. Communication not there, not a lot on it. Erwin Paz out of the back row. Almost a free ball situation. Kavam.
Man, Thompson doing it all, man. She can set. She can do a lot of great things. Oh.
Miscommunication there. Ball finds the hardwood. Kavam. Nice job catching San Joaquin Delta off guard. 6-all.
Tell you what, one of the things that I'd like to see Delta do more of is put the ball to the setter for Cabrillo. If they don't have a great swing, they need to make Molina play the ball, get that middle blocker out of the transition game, force the game to go pin to pin.
That shot is out from Molina.
I don't think Delta can handle Cabrillo when they've got all three options. But if you can take the setter out, force an out-of-system high ball to one of the pins and set up your block, I think you have some success. We'll see if they can exploit it.
Delta now with a 7-6 lead. We're in set 3. First 2 sets in the books went to Cabrillo. Delta trying to extend their season here. The 3C2A championships.
Here comes Hammer's coming back in.
Yeah, Rocha. Rocha and Lee along with Molina up front. Roll shot from Thompson, and Samuelson got wrong-footed there.
Thompson just passed the ball from right back 30 feet away and then comes in and runs it, an X2. Pretty impressive. That's logging a lot of miles.
Yep. Like to see her take her time here at the service line. She'll do just that. Jump float, out.
A little too much time maybe.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. Cabrillo just brought it in there. Looks like they're sitting there going, hey, we're not taking this to 4. We need to focus up here.
You got to find the jugular and exploit it. Lee, float cert, tough one. Not handled well near side.
Nice out-of-system set.
That's a pretty good set. Erwin Paz off the mark, though. I like the job that Mika Fithian is doing out-of-system sets, rather. Been very effective.
She's putting them in great areas. Their hitters haven't helped her much. I mean,
an ace for Samuelson.
Delta hitting, after 2 sets, hitting 288. 10 errors though, and I mean Cabrillo, if you're hitting 400,
that's a steep hill.
Yeah, that's tough. You're not gonna help your cause here with any heading errors.
Lee serving. That pass handled really well. Erwin Paz. Well, you see right there, just a great job of a good pass. Serve and pass game. You see the set here on the replay.
Yeah, that's all.
On that favorable matchup against Molina, Erwin Paz just has a dominant vertical over her.
Most certainly. Fithian over there, good decision getting the one-on-one. I'm not sure what Meserve was doing.
Yeah, Meserve off the block, not down. Erwin Paz rears back. And Erwin Paz, back-to-back kills for San Joaquin Delta. We're knotted up at 10-all.
Still surprised that Delta has stuck with the same matchup and the same rotation. They've got Erwin Paz on Molina. I'd like to see Thompson on Molina, see if they can get her going.
Out of the back row, a bump set to Samuelson. She cashes in. This is Molina on serve.
Oh, Valdez again struggling here. Great defensive player. Serve receive has not been her best skill today.
Yeah, they're going to take her back and hide her for this next serve.
That's a bummer for them.
It's a pretty good pass in system. Set a little bit off the mark, but it falls down from Markham.
It's almost like they practice that fall away jump swing.
Yeah, we've seen it a couple times, especially from Thompson. Utilized that to great effect.
Yeah, you get a little, I think it's just the hitters getting a little excited. Coming in a little early, getting under the ball. We got Mark over here causing trouble. Cabrillo's athletic director getting a little excited.
The pass from Samuelson outside. Kavam gets roof.
Erwin Paz turning those hands in.
Erwin Paz
making sure that ball gets back to the middle, return to sender.
Markham right there. See the replay. Just great job.
We're finally seeing Erwin Paz's energy be restored. She came into this match just a little worn out, like we were all talking about, a little fatigued. They had the later game, but we're starting to see that energy vamp back up, and she really rubs off on her teammates.
Yeah, the second wind starting to be established here for the Mustangs, but maybe a little bit too little too late. Already down 0-2 in sets. Cabrillo having only dropped 1 match on the season, that to L.A. Pierce. Undefeated versus the North is Cabrillo this season. Free ball. They set up Samuelson. She's out. Surprised they don't come back to Cavan more.
Yeah, again, I think Cabrillo's, they're smart, they're well coached. Looks like they got a good matchup on the outside with see Ogrodnik over there blocking, by far the shortest blocker. I think that they're just going to go with the percentages and try to get the matchups. And as I say that, they go back to Cavam.
Hey, I'm just calling it like I see it. Not that I know anything about volleyball. I did play for a couple years.
That's interesting, actually. Delta moved Thompson over to the right, and they moved Ogrodnik back to the left. And I don't know if Molina sees that or what, but
great selection from Ogrodnik on the shot.
Yeah, and it was interesting to see Cabrillo put up a 3-man block on Ogrodnik, excuse me.
Yep. Markham, good serve. Out of system here. Cavam puts it down the line.
What a set.
Yeah, Molina.
Great job by Cavam keeping that ball in front of her. A lot of options, just a good wrist down the line. She's definitely a line first hitter, but if you give her that angle, she'll take it all day.
15-14. Cabrillo now with a 1-point lead. Chelly puts it over. Molina can't handle. Grace Chelly, haven't really heard much from her, but she gets into the battle.
Yeah, Cabrillo's got to have somebody else step in for that ball. Molina was 20 feet away. Somebody could have stepped in and set a secondary high ball. Tough play for your setter.
Yeah, it's been Rocha, Cavam, Lee starting to get into it. Reserve. Lee, meanwhile, gets it over. Thompson, good swing. Cavam there, but not ready for it.
Molina late getting back to block, leaving Thompson wide open, and just like that, Delta back up.
And timeout here for the Seahawks. 16-15, we're in set 3. San Joaquin Delta looking to stay alive here in 2017. Don't go anywhere. To 15, momentum starting to shift in favor of the Mustangs, down 2-0 in sets. Cabrillo looking to close the show here with a clean sweep in semifinal number 1. Semifinal number 2, All South.
Nice pass from McPherson.
Really good.
Lee just, she's taking good swings on the ball, just hasn't been getting going.
Thompson, meanwhile, she's been going and continues the roll with the kill.
Cabrillo's got to do their best here. They're in rotation 4, and they need Rocha to come in. They get a side out here, and they get Rocha across the front row. They seem to be major positive when she's in the front row.
Canyons IVC up next after this outside. Samuelson looking to go down line. Irwin Paz.
Let's see Thompson take a good cut here.
Ram out of the back row. That one off of the block and down on the Mustang side.
Hammer time. Here we go. Rocha back in the game. Let's see if Cabrillo can see if they can kind of get back in this game, extend their get a lead and extend it with her in the front row. I wonder how Delta responds here.
That one off of the tape. So tough to deal with. Samuelson will take it.
Not easy to put a short serve 2 feet over the net like that. Samuelson with a great routine, really, really dialed in.
Samuelson, nice pass.
There's
Lee in the middle.
Finally getting one. I like Molina feeding her, making sure that she stays in the game. You got to keep one of your best players involved. What a serve.
Great short serve, handled pretty well, and Thompson just mishits it.
Just like we talked about, right? You get Rocha in the front row, and all of a sudden it just makes Delta change a lot of what they want to do. And Samuelson playing a really, really nice, short, deep, short game right now from the service line. She is really got Delta confused as to where she's trying to go with the ball.
A bit of a run here, 3-1 run. Now
Timeout
Cabrillo
Delta.
with a 2-point lead, and Delta will take a timeout themselves. Back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports. Mustangs looking for a freezer on Samuelson out of the timeout, and they get exactly that.
Wow.
Samuelson goes long.
Interesting, Samuelson was exploiting zone 1, zone 2, zone 1, zone 2, timeout, and she goes out and tries to serve cross court. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Not sure why she tried to change the strategy there, but.
Yeah. Point to the Mustangs. They trail it by 1. Thompson now serving. Back row, Samuelson dug out. Thompson keeps it alive. Thompson gets a swing on it, and what a roll shot. This is not going to get over. We're tied up at 19 all. Season on the line for the Mustangs, and Thompson, their All-American, coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, one of the reasons that she was an All-American was she led, I want to say she led the Big 8 in double-doubles, kills and digs, and you're seeing it here tonight. Full display.
Molina sets up outside. Rocha into the block, but not down. Kept alive. Erwin Paz gets it over. Nelson, pretty good pass. Set up Kavam in the
Thompson
back.
again, big-time dig.
Erwin Paz
there we
puts
go.
it away. And the Mustangs first to 20 here in set 3.
Oh, you see Delta moving a little bit now, huh, Gabby? You got a little energy.
Yeah, I see that smile on Erwin Paz's face.
That's right.
2019 high drama here in set 3. Thompson, the service line. And it goes long. Oh,
gosh, I'm telling you, man, can't break runs like that.
Meserve back into the front row, and you have to like the lineup with Meserve, Rocha up front right now.
That's when you're a coach, you say area in. You got to put that in.
Lee serving. It's a good one. Handled pretty well. Great dig.
You love when your middle gets a dig like that. There it is.
Ithian looking to catch everybody off guard, and Reserve says, Yeah,
you see Cabrillo's bench getting fired up when their middle blocker back there serving the ball and then gets a great dig cross court.
21-20 Cabrillo now with a lead. 4 points away from the final. Meserve swings into one, gets it blocked back over by 50th. The setter playing big up front for the Mustangs.
Meserve's got to know her middle blocker's in the game. There's no libero back there to call that ball off. The setter's on her right. She's got to play that ball with her hands and let her setter go to work.
Speaking of setters, it's Avery Martin. Or liberos, rather.
Nice rundown. Nice
Rocha
rundown.
Off of the block. Thompson tracks it down, keeps the point alive. Still going. Outside Rocha with the hammer. In fact, she took a little off of it to place it perfectly. She scores the kill, 22-21.
Yeah, and they're trapping her a little bit. That set's a little tight, I think, for Rocha's liking. You know, if you give her 2 to 3 feet off the net, she can take a full swing. They're not touching that ball.
That's a great decision by Fithian. Catches everyone off guard. 22 all, back and forth we go. Seesaw battle late in set 3.
Yeah, as big as Rocha is, she is not defending the setter dump that well. That's the third time I've seen that drop.
Well, I was going to ask, is that a new tape job on her knee we're seeing here? I'm curious if it's giving her a little bit of fatigue and maybe causing her to be slower on the block.
Great swing for Erwin Paz. Rocha into the block. I thought that was a tape shot. Doesn't matter. Ball don't lie. Mustangs up by 1, 23-22. Timeout Seahawks. Cabrillo wants to talk it over. They need a side out in a big way.
Delta's not done yet.
San Joaquin Delta up 23-22. We're in set 3. They need this set to keep their season alive. We saw the resiliency in a win over Miracosta earlier today in the quarters. It's a little different, though. The block, a huge one. Set point for San Joaquin Delta.
Cabrillo is not used to this position. They've only dropped 5 sets all year to be down game point. I wonder what that's doing mentally for them. See if we have a repeat.
Lena outside, Kavam.
Chance.
Put it away.
They get a chance here. They got to take a swing.
Irwin Paz will extend the match. We head to set 4, 25-22 here in set 3. It goes to Delta. You are watching the 2017 Women's Volleyball Championships here in the 3C2A. We head to set 4, and San Joaquin Delta takes a set off of Cabrillo. Cabrillo has only lost 1 game on the season. That was to LA Pierce. They've only dropped 5 sets all season, now dropping their 6th set here in the semifinals.
Yeah, attacking was the name of the game. They just dropped, Cabrillo just dropped to 290 after hitting 400 after the 2nd set.
And right off the bat, Samuelson gets into the mix.
Cabrillo threw 2 sets, averaged 17 kills. Set 3, 10 kills, 8 errors. Difference maker right there. Let their foot off the gas pedal.
Thompson, another great pass. Irwin Paz tools it. Today's officials: Kim Pickering, Lydia Godshaw, Christopher Torr, Casey Fallon, scorer Morgan Potts, Robert Hawes on the desk. It's been a fantastically officiated finals, quarters and semis thus far.
Give it to Thompson.
Thompson,
the dig,
huge
and the put away. No, Cabrillo staying alive.
Van gets it over. Middle. Erwin Paz finds the hardwood. Guys, real quick, I had a chance to swing by the Delta bench during the intermission in between sets, and just a lot of positive energy there, and really spearheaded by Kylie Erwin Paz.
Yeah, Coach Molly was on them. It wasn't so much an X's and O's thing. I think it was more of an effort deal, and they were pretty emotional, talking about how they needed to improve, and you're seeing it. Erwin Paz is taking off right now.
Erwin Paz taking over, and Gabby, you mentioned her energy, very infectious in the win earlier today over Mira Costa. Great
Nice
serve. Kabam.
Are you kidding me, Thompson? She
Dug out by Amelia. Samuelson, buck back over Markham.
Looks like Cabrillo's going to make an adjustment here, bringing in Bella Bress, number 18. Backup setter. Definitely no stranger to the spotlight, though. She's set them all year. Let's see how she does.
Well, and she's one of the few left-hand hitters we've seen here today.
Correct.
Near side, Samuelson blocked over again. No, it's a tape shot. The point will go to San Joaquin Delta. It's a 5-1 run out of the gate here in set 4 for the Mustangs. Another good serve, back set. Kabam looking down the line. Kept alive.
Oh,
right off the top of the tape. Unable to get that over.
God, Cabrillo needed to stop the bleeding there. Delta playing inspired. Let's see if Bella can switch it up here for Cabrillo, give him the momentum back.
Kabam. Good short serve, takes Thompson out of play. Markham puts it down.
Not used to seeing this from Cabrillo. They look a little out of sorts. They're not usually a team that doesn't believe in what they do.
Samuelson
And
dug out
Thompson
again
just
by
there.
Thompson. Yeah. Coach, you're exactly right. Cabrillo doesn't look like the same thing we saw in sets 1 and 2. Maybe a little doubt creeping into the back of their mind. Bump set. Grodnick. Good swing. Well played. Joust ball. This is going to be out. This is going to go off of the head. Wait a minute.
Yeah, she did not touch it.
Let's see here if they call the line judge over.
Matt, let's see if we can pull up the replay here on the net shot.
Oh, my. Ace, 5-6 seam.
This is the point prior.
No touch.
Oh, no touch. Wow.
Timeout here from Cabrillo.
Follow that up with an ace, and Cabrillo now down by 6, 8-2, and the Mustangs firing on all cylinders on the racetrack. We're watching the 2017 Women's Volleyball Championships. We're live from Solano College. Mike Zepeda, Gabby Silva, Armin Zakarian, with you on tonight's coverage here of the semifinals of the 3C2A Women's Volleyball Championships. And it's an 8-2 lead here for the Mustangs in semifinal number 1 in set 4.
Wow, this is.
And Cabrillo is reeling right now.
You know, one of the the problems that Cabrillo poses is, Bella's a great setter when she's in system, but doesn't move to the ball as well as Molina. And if they're not passing well, she's gonna have to get on her horse.
Setter dump there from Bress.
That's it. Good in-system pass. Bella she'll hurt you when she's got the ball where she wants it. Let's see if Rocha can get a spark for these girls here, coming in the front row.
Along with Bress and Lee. Great serve. Bump set from Thompson. Ogrodnik swings it over. Bress, near side. Rocha!
Now, I tell you what, I'm really impressed with Thompson. I hadn't seen her play this year, but she just has a knack for the ball. She just seems to make plays. Really loving her game so far in these 2 matches.
Great short serve from Samuelson. Markham.
There's a middle attack from Delta. We haven't seen much of that.
Well, if you start to get the middle going, it's really going to free things up on the outside. Ogrodnik up there right now, along with Thompson. Irwin Paz back to the service line. Outside Rocha off of the tape.
Wow.
And the antenna. Coach, I don't know if that hit the antenna, but definitely hit the tape. And I wonder if maybe the force of the ball on top of the tape makes the antenna kind of swerve, making it look like it hit it.
Yeah, it might have. It might have nicked the antenna. I don't know, but too close to call.
Quick set in the middle. Lee a little late getting there. Not a lot of power on it. Thompson swings it over. Bress sets up Rocha down the line. It's out.
Wow.
Just a lot of mistakes coming on the side of Cabrillo, which is giving Delta this advantage.
I mean,
here.
they are reeling right now. They're down 12-4. Bress sets up Rocha, and Rocha.
3 straight errors from Rocha here. They've really opened it up. Molina back in the game. Bella did her best, but I don't think her hitters are helping her all that much right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's a setter. I think right now it's the hitters. At what point do you start to question the fatigue factor for Cabrillo? Rocha, not a lot on that one. Outside, Ogrodnik. Can't get a clean swing on it. Back row, Kabam. Rocha puts it away. Good response there from Rocha.
I think Irwin Paz was hoping for a net call, but
No.
Rocha got a clean touch on that.
Cabrillo just needs to settle down, get back to blocking the ball well, reading, see if they can just force a couple of out-of-system plays here, get some momentum.
Thompson, great swing after a tough serve from Cabrillo. Still alive at the point. Outside, near side, Rocha with the hammer.
There it is. I mean, with the firepower of Cabrillo, they could be back in this game. They remind me of the Golden State Warriors. You could look away, and then 2 minutes later, they're right back in the game with, a 10-point run.
Down 7 right now. Markham into the block, back down on the Mustang side. Bumped over, free ball situation. Quick set in the middle. Reserve. She's been relatively quiet as of late. Ogrodnik with a roll shot.
Lee with her second dig of this rally here. Gotta love the middle production.
Outside. Thompson rears back and fires away off the touch.
Kidding me? It's a big-time swing.
Amelia Thompson showing out here at Solano.
Definitely deserved the credit for that rally. She was all over the court picking up some balls coming off the net.
14-6, the Mustangs. Big charge here in set 4, trying to keep their season alive. That one, Chelly making a play on it. Thompson again into the block, down on the side of Cabrillo, and Amelia feeling it here in set 4.
Yeah, she's unstoppable right now. She hasn't. They haven't had an answer for her.
Yeah,
these last 2 sets.
you can't stop Amelia Thompson. You can only hope to contain her, and Cabrillo not doing a very good job of it right now. 15-6, timeout again from Cabrillo. You are watching the 2017 Volleyball Championships here from Solano. 6, set 4. It's 2-1 Cabrillo, but the Seahawks look like a completely different team here. Armin Zakarian and Gabby Silva, Mike Cepeda with you on tonight's semifinal coverage. And Armin, what are you seeing? What are the Mustangs doing so well?
You know, I just think they're not getting in their own way. You know, they started playing, and they're really leaning on their big hitters, right? Erwin Paz and Thompson. I told you guys earlier at the start of this broadcast was one of the things that makes teams great is that they have big hitters and they can bail you out of situations. And they're leaning on them heavily, and Thompson's just carrying them right now.
Thompson not only hitting the ball very effectively, but also defensively, she has been stellar.
Yeah.
A little bit of a mini run here from Cabrillo, has it back to 15-8.
Cavan with the signature line. Great line swing.
Great pass outside. Thompson off the tape.
Is that her first hitting error in 2 sets? Might be.
I think so.
Could be there, Armin. 15-9, and Cabrillo creeping back into this one.
Another bad pass. Let's see if Thompson can bail him out.
That's a great set. That's an unbelievable set. Can we see that one more time, Matt? Fithian with a filthy set to set up Thompson for the kill. Look at that angle. That's just great hands.
Yeah, it's a awesome technique. Right foot pivot. Lets you get square to the net. She does a great job of that. That makes a bad pass look great.
That is textbook right there. Meserve into the tape. Another hitting error for Cabrillo.
I feel like this is more hitting errors today than Cabrillo's had all season. In the last 2 sets, they had 7 errors through 2 sets, and 3rd and 4th have just been out of hand.
Punch set up and down.
Wow.
Cavam.
Great play by Molina there to just keep that alive. No fingers, all fist.
Yeah.
Just punched it out there.
17-10. Coach, you were exactly right. Cabrillo needed to put this one away in set 3, unable to do so, and now they have an absolute dogfight out here. Shelley with the dunk.
Oh, Nelson.
Meserve puts it over off of the chest. Do they call a lift? No.
No lift. I thought that was a clean play.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
Bang bang.
Yeah.
And she didn't do anything other than pop it over.
See the replay, and that's a good call. Better be lucky than good. Cabrillo will take it, down by 6. Thompson, little late, little delayed there on the jump. Great coverage by Nelson. Martin with the cover. Meserve off of her hands and out.
Meserve right now is a little slow going pin to pin. I think Fithian's doing a really good job of freezing Cabrillo's middles, and they've got a lot of one-on-one matchups. And, I mean, Delta's got too good of hitters to go one-on-one with.
We have Thompson in the back row now serving. Cabrillo needs to go on a run right here. They need a quick side out. And then keeper in the back row, Samuelson.
Oh, Valdez coming in.
Out. Erwin Paz keeps that one alive. It's a free ball, though. Cavan goes to the dunk. Great coverage from Fithian. Erwin Paz, good swing, not down. Rally keeps going. Samuelson with a dunk.
Oh.
Kick shot from Fithian. Back down! And Delta with the point. What a play. Fithian with a little beach game there. And Chelly with the block over for the point, 19-11.
Delta looks like they're having fun, and that's a treat to watch. It's nice to see that. Looked like they were a little tense in the first 2 sets, and it seemed like they found their rhythm here, playing with a little looseness.
Great swing. It's going to be a net violation, going to be called against.
I think that's Grace Kelly.
No, Chelly.
Chelly, sorry.
That's right. Actually, they get Fithian. That was the initial ruling there. So 19-12. Delta 6 points away from forcing a 5th and decisive set here in semifinal number 1. Decent pass, bump set near, or far side rather. Erwin Paz, not a clean swing.
None.
That's a bad recipe. They're going up against Cavam on the far side. She puts it away.
I mean, Delta's got a firm grip on this set, but you're starting to see Cabrillo settle down a little bit. And if this does go 5, it looks like they've got their mojo back. We'll see if they can hang here.
Chelly on the slide.
There we go.
Double block. Lee. Samuelson.
It was 19-11, 5-point game now, 19-14.
Timeout, Delta. We'll be back. Delta one set away from going home. They find their mojo in set 3, force a 4 set, and come out on fire. But Cabrillo closing the gap. Erwin Paz off the block but not down. Molina sets up. Kabam! Kabam!
What a game of momentum here, man. Cabrillo just looked dead in the water. And just like that, they're focused. They're across the net. Their eyes are on their hitters right now. They're ready.
Yeah, they're putting 4 hands up against Erwin Paz, and then Chelly is just a little late on the block there, so Kavam's coming back strong and swinging away.
I like the decision to serve Erwin Paz here. Got to make that hitter work. No.
And that's a tape shot. 19-16, and Cabrillo within 3.
Let's see if they go to Thompson here. One of the next 2 sets out of the back row. It doesn't look like they're getting much production from Chelly.
5-0 run for the Seahawks.
Oh, nice.
Great short serve. It's an ace for Nelson.
There's Nelson right there showing her championship caliber. She knows what this situation, this scene's all about. She's been here before.
The deficit is 2 for Cabrillo.
Oh,
And
wow.
this happened again. This is Fithian.
Big time side out from Delta. They needed that.
This happened earlier. Fithian catching everybody off guard and quells the momentum shift. Let's see if San Joaquin Delta can close out set 4 and force a 5th. Near side, Samuelson, a huge swing, dug out.
Going to Thompson here.
Thompson on the side action, cross court winner.
Not sure what McPherson was doing at middle back. There was only one shot that she could have hit. She got forced so wide she could only go angle. Nobody was home.
21-17. Martin on serve. Kavam blocked over. It's a roof job. Point not over. Nelson bumps it. Fithian trying to catch everybody off guard again. Samuelson there with the swing off of the block. Thompson gets to it. Outside. Erwin Paz puts it out. And down.
Once again, keyed by the defense of none other than Thompson. Number 7 is everywhere.
Just watching this Delta team today, I think their team chemistry has just grown immensely in today's 2 matches.
Story of 2 matches, really. Big response in the middle. That's Lee. Rebecca.
Lee with a little emotion after that kill. Trying to get her team going here. Let's see if she can do it. They're going to need a block here, some type of transition D.
They set up Markham. Markham falling away.
That ball cannot fall if you're Cabrillo. Cannot fall.
And just perfectly placed. Markham will take it.
A gift.
Yeah. 5-point lead, 23-18. Fithian on serve. Quick set, middle. Lee puts it away.
Lee is fired up. She wants her team to play at the same competitive level she is right now.
Yeah, if you look at the shade of red on her face, she is fired up in a big way. That's a deficit to 4. Fithian back set. Erwin Paz off a touch. Set point, Delta.
And Delta doing a great job of moving their hitters inside, outside. They run a lot of back ones, inside rips. It's a good flow from them right now. I like it.
Back set, Lee looking for the dunk. Thompson right there. Ogrodnik.
Ooh, low set for Rocha. She finds a way.
Great spot by Rocha.
Erwin Paz just could not cover that much ground. Stay of execution here in set 4. Rocha. Lee now serving. Rebecca, good serve. Great pass from Thompson. Markham forces a 5th set. We're going to 5 here in semifinal number 1. Delta and Cabrillo. Back in a moment. We head to a 5th and decisive set here in semifinal number 1, San Joaquin Delta. Last time they were in a final match back in 2005. 2 appearances in the final match, both losses. 2002, San Joaquin Delta went down to Golden West. In 2005, Orange Coast winner that year. Those are the last 2 times San Joaquin Delta was in the final, and what a match, what a performance, what a show of resiliency here from the Mustangs.
Yeah, these girls must have been in diapers back then. It's been a while, but Delta playing like they want to get back there.
Cabrillo, meanwhile, they need to regroup in a big way. We talked about them maybe finding their mojo at the end of that set. Will it be enough? Now, the rules change here scoring-wise in set number 5. Is that right, Armin? Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, we switch from game to 25 down to 15, and they'll switch sides at once the first team reaches 8 points. We'll see who jumps out to an early lead here. Nice serve.
Here we go. Erwin Paz.
Smart play from Delta, starting to make the setter play the first ball.
Delabres, the lefty. Different bit of an angle there. And
this is what I talked about earlier, is Cabrillo's ability to make adjustments, right? Cavam wasn't really cutting it. They moved her to the outside. They got Bress on the right. I mean, how many teams can make that kind of adjustment and have that confidence to do it in a 5th set?
Well, right now.
And just like that, 2 kills from Bress. Hasn't even played. That's unbelievable.
I mean, she had a little spot duty, came in from Molina.
Yeah, as a setter, right?
As Gabby Houston-Neville looking to pull the correct string. She's done so here at the start of set number 5. It's 2-0. The Seahawks on top of the Mustangs. Outside, Erwin Paz with a big swing, dug out by Lee.
Big point here.
Kavam.
Big point here. Oh, Nelson just out of reach.
Off of the hands, the outstretched fingertips of Kavam, and the point goes to the Mustangs, and the momentum back to San Joaquin Delta.
Shout out to University of Nevada, Reno, Tyson Norton in the gym, recruiting some big players.
Back set, Brest, the lefty. Thompson digs it out. No shocker there. Free ball situation. Can Cabrillo capitalize? Big hit, Lee. Thompson can't handle it that time. All-State versus All-State.
And that was just a poor free ball placement by Delta. They should have challenged the setter and just kind of was hoping to get it over and keep it in. And Cabrillo responded with a big hit.
Yeah, I don't like the word free ball. You got to give them mean balls. Can't give easy ones over.
Big ace from Bella Brest, the lefty.
I mean, what coaching staff has the confidence to, in the 5th set, switch their lineup entirely, right? And
you know what coaching staff that is? The NorCal
champs, yeah.
Of the year.
Yep. Trust
Gabby
me, we know all about it. They beat us 3 times this year. Twice in conference, once in the playoffs, timeout here, Delta.
It's set 5. It's 5-1. Cabrillo with a head of steam here to start the 5th and final set, semifinal number 1 here on SoCal College Sports. Cabrillo inserts Bella Brest into the starting lineup of set number 5, and it has paid dividends. Bella Brest coming off of an ace. Timeout San Joaquin Delta as they will look to cool her down. Brest gets it over. Jump top spin, serve. Erwin Paz can't get it over. Lee right there. That's a great up in the back row. Nelson will get it over for Cabrillo. That one off of the hands of Kavam and Lee, and it'll fall down on the Cabrillo side. Nice rally for San Joaquin Delta. Gabby, we've talked about the differences of service approach. IVC employed a jump top spin serve, something you don't often see at this level, and Bella Brest has brought that here in set number 5 with great efficiency. Near side, Kavam.
Wow.
I tell you what, Kavam could be a new descriptive moniker in a comic book. That is impressive. 6-2 now here. Cabrillo on top.
Cabrillo needs to take advantage here with Thompson in the back row. See if they can get as many points as they can here.
Big hit up front. Markham can't put it down.
Shot.
Rocha, roll shot.
Oh, no.
Ogrodnik was right there. Erwin Paz late to cover. 7-2. And Delta, who had brought up so much momentum to force a 5th and final set. Coach, you talked about it. Armin, the mojo in full effect right here for Cabrillo in set number 5.
Yep.
Rocha off the block, not down.
That might have been a double. Looks like they got away with one.
Great up, Brest.
Wow,
Near side,
Brest.
Rocha.
Another pipe from Thompson here. Easy ball.
Near side, Rocha again. Dink shot, great coverage. That's Fithian.
Rocha had to change it up. She didn't get a kill in the 2 swings she had this rally.
Good rally. Kavam out of the back row. Nobody home for San Joaquin Delta.
That's got to be Ogrodnik there.
It's 8-2 when we change sides. Mike Cepeda, Gabby Silva.
Shout out to Gabby. Gabby with the lineup change.
Armin
dividends.
Zakarian. And Coach, you know Gabby very, very well. Obviously, very familiar, having played them 3 times this year, and she gives you a smile and a wink.
Yeah, she's again. I actually nominated her for Coach of the Year from our conference. She's an unbelievable girl, a great mentor, unbelievable lady. Really gets her team fired up.
We go right back into it. Back set, Bress out of the back row, lefty whip. Ogrodnik, that looked like a bit of a float job.
Rocha needs to be there. The off-blocker defense right now from both teams, a little sloppy. Teams are getting a little tentative. You're not seeing as many swings. You're seeing a lot of, hey, I got to keep it in. And looks like organization is half the battle, man. You got to be organized. You got to make sure your defense is in the right spot.
8-3, Mustangs in a 5-point hold. Remember, it's the first to 15.
Another out-of-bounds shot from Rocha. She has not had rhythm in the last 2-3 sets.
Yeah,
it's got to be frustrating when you're used to every swing you make being a kill, and then you get dug twice, have to resort to a tip, and it's still not working for you.
Gabby, you would know all about that.
I would.
All-state selection back in 2013.
Big-time block from Molina.
Good dig by Bress.
Bress is just playing lights out right now.
Big block one-on-one. Kavam and Markham says no way.
She may have blocked out with her chest. I don't think that thing even got close to clearing the net.
Either way, the point will go to the Mustangs. They close the gap. They trail it now by 3 here in set 5. Outside, Rocha roofed back over.
That's over. That's
still
legal.
Alive, joust ball, 4-tap.
Wow, I don't think that's the right call. I feel like Cabrillo got 3 up on that, and then that was a block joust.
I think you're exactly right. Let's see if we can catch a replay here, Coach.
Looked like it was a 1, 2, 3 contacts, and then that ball got over the net.
See
and
it
it looks
play
like
out.
1, 2, 3. And then there was the joust.
It was a it was a joust ball, but
Lee might have initiated it.
Yeah, she initiates the joust. That was the 4-tap. So 8-6, and Cabrillo sees their lead evaporate to 2.
Interesting. I feel like this is a tale of 4 different matches so far. We've had 2 sets to Cabrillo, and they looked absolutely dominant. And then the next 2 sets, 3 and 4, go to Delta, and then Cabrillo jumps out big in the 5th set. And all of a sudden you switch, 8-2, and 4-point run from Delta. All of a sudden they got the momentum. This has been back and forth. A lot of fun to watch.
I think each set for Cabrillo, there's been a different standout player. You know, we haven't had one consistently accurate hitter from Cabrillo. We saw Rocha in one game. Now we're seeing Bress coming in and just doing something that her other teammates couldn't get done in set 4.
Yeah.
Now you have to have somebody pick you up. Who's it going to be? Kabam? Is it going to be Lee? Is it going to be Rocha?
I think they gotta try to pass the ball and ride Lee here, see if they can get her moving, because Rocha's just been a little off. See if she can help him in other ways, blocking the ball, doing some other things.
Erwin Paz serving, great pass, sets up, Lee!
There's Lee. There's Lee right there. And they haven't run the slide once this entire match. A lot of confidence from Molina, knowing that she can go to Lee.
They run it out of the timeout, and you can only do that if you have a nice pass, and it's exactly what Cabrillo gets on that point, 9-6.
On the perfect matchup with Ogrodnik in the front row over there.
Ogrodnik trying to put that over the block, not going to happen over Meserve. Thompson will put that off of the hands of Meserve. 9-7.
Cabrillo's got to do a much better job of identifying Thompson. When there's no hole in the block, they're sucked in 13, 14 feet in the court. They need to be way back near the back line, taking on those balls off the top of the block.
Great pass from Kabam outside Rocha, looking for the line. It's out.
Wow.
Rocha continues to struggle here late in the match, 9-8. Slimmest of margins in favor of Cabrillo reeling right now. They led by as many as 8-2. Markham. Bress, that one gets away. Joust ball at the net. We're tied up at 9-all.
They got Thompson out there on Rocha. Good blocking matchup, but I'd be trying to find Meserve right here. See if they can get her rolling. Passes off the net, just can't do it.
Outside Rocha, they go back to the well, and it falls in off of the tape. Rocha
Yeah, very forgiving net there.
I'll tell you what, she needed that for her confidence. Just needs to see the ball falling on the other side of the net.
You made a basketball analogy earlier. It's like a shooter struggling. Just keep shooting.
Yeah.
Rocha finds a hardwood. Bress, the lefty, down the line, but it's out. Bress could not get fully on top of that one. Tied up at 10-all.
From my seat, it looked like there might have been a touch for Delta, so that was a call in their favor, definitely.
Bad pass here from Kavam. Trouble.
Bress tries to get it over, blocked back over. Kavam,
Boom.
Rocha, blocked!
Look at Thompson.
It's huge, it's Amelia. Thompson, Grace Shelley there. Delta breaks the tie. Nice job there, Matt Henson.
Cabrillo not used to, sorry to cut you off. They're not used to having Rocha struggle like this. I'm not sure where they're going to find their offense right now.
Quick set in the middle. Reserve, try to go to her. Joust ball, net violation. Oh, a killer. Goes against Shelley.
I like Fithian's idea, though. I think, I think she's been aggressive since set 3. She's been dumping. She's staying aggressive at the net. They kind of need another option because they're keying in on Thompson and Irvin Paz.
McPherson serving. Haven't seen her in a while. Entered into this match. She goes right after Thompson on the serve. Thompson rears back and it's out.
Wow.
Just barely. They're looking for a touch.
Again.
Let's see the replay.
Let's see
here.
that again.
And we'll see 2 replays. We'll see
like
one
that ball
right
was,
there. And we'll see the net shot as well.
I feel like that ball was in.
I think so too. Even
That's a
with
tough
that
call
replay.
this late in the game.
Oh, we'll go to live action.
You know where it's going. Thompson with the ball.
Thompson out again. 13-11.
Now Molly over there looking for the touch call. I don't think there was a touch there. Bress not getting up that high. I think Thompson thought there might be a bigger block there. Tried to go high flat.
Yeah, let's see the replay. Bring back, keep the slider there, and we'll go back to it. This is the previous point that we missed earlier. Thompson looking for a touch. She's not going to get it. Back-to-back no-touch calls in favor of Cabrillo. Now 2 points away from a spot in Sunday's final. We'll take a timeout. Timeout on the floor, and San Joaquin Delta looking for an answer. Talk about some serious philodrama here. Semifinal number 1, chock full of it. McPherson still on serve. It's a 2-point run here late in set 5, 13-11.
See if Delta can side out here. I'm a little worried if Thompson's going to the back row after this side out. I don't know where they're going to get their offense from.
Thompson off of the bunt set, looking for the back line. She finds it. Deficit to 1.
I was going to say, I think Thompson's back there to serve. She wanted to stay up in the front row. She didn't realize it was her turn.
Thompson on the season, leading the team in aces at 53 apiece coming in
today. I'd be going after the outside here. Good matchup, small setter. Let's see if they go to Kavam.
No, it's Bress, and this is going to be...
Wow, they just called a double. That's a tough call at this stage.
A double tap.
I didn't think that was that bad. Definitely some movement.
Move back to slider. All the way. Well, we'll see the call here. Let's see if we can catch it on this replay.
I mean, the ball had some spin, but I don't know.
That looked fairly clean off of the hands. Didn't have a great view of the ball, but as it stands, it's 13-all.
There was a huge block by Delta.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. You know, one thing we haven't really touched on much is, again, I mean, I talked about Alyssa Nelson. She's been quietly, I think, Cabrillo's most steady player, the libero for Cabrillo, wearing the different colored jersey out there. She's been doing everything she can to keep her team in the game, keep them calm and poised. let's see if she's got enough in the tank to get 2 more.
Yeah, and you said she has that championship experience, so that really does a lot for a team in this situation.
A lot of respect goes to her when nobody wants to serve her the ball. You know, she's been pretty automatic as a serve-receive passer.
Coach, I've not seen a lot of Jolie Samuelson. Any indication as to why we haven't seen her? She was a big part of what they were doing successfully sets 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't know if it was, you know, the setting change midway through the 3rd set. You know, all of us, you know, that it can be tough. That's why 6-2s aren't really that prevalent when you get to these latter stages of championship teams. You know, you need one setter to kind of run the offense, and maybe she just hasn't had the rhythm from her setter.
Rio needs a side out right here. You get Thompson off that service line, off of the tape.
Oh,
very successful earlier today in the quarters in the win over Miracosta, and now San Joaquin Delta 1 point away from a spot in tomorrow's final. It would be their 3rd in school history.
This is big time right here. Big time players making big time plays.
Not handled well. Miscommunication. This is going to be at least a free ball situation. Thompson, tight ball on the net. There's a touch. The point goes to San Joaquin Delta. That does it. Cabrillo only had dropped 5 sets on the season. And they go down here in 5 to San Joaquin Delta. I believe it was Delta that dispatched.
Delta is just the dark horse right now. Miracosta goes down.
It's just been a Cinderella story for
them. I want to say I was getting to the point. I believe it was San Joaquin Delta who dispatched the defending state champion Fresno City in the regionals.
Correct.
And now they pull the upset here in semifinal number 1. They knock off Cabrillo.
You know, you don't have to be the better team the whole season. You just got to be the better team at the right time. It looked like Delta they were the better team right here today. Cabrillo shouldn't hold their heads low. I mean, they had an unbelievable season. Obviously, they had championship aspirations, and I think they're that kind of caliber team.
They're down 2 sets to none, and they come back and they sweep essentially Cabrillo.
Unreal.
In an incredible match here in semifinal number 1. We will see the Mustangs tomorrow at 3 p.m. They will play the winner of our next match, College of the Canyons.
Tell you what, Cabrillo looks shocked right now.
And IBC shell-shocked, absolutely.
I don't think they know what hit him right there.
Just an incredible effort from the girls from Stockton. We will take it out. We'll be back in 40 minutes, the start of tonight's semifinal number 2. We were watching 3C2A Women's Volleyball Championships live from Solano. See you in 40 minutes.